Did you ever go to the movie theaters alone? And if so, was it weird? I can tell you the first time I went to the movie theaters alone. Get ready, boys and girls. Here's some 3C lore headed your way. All right, so I've always gone to the theaters with someone, whether it was a family member, a friend, whatnot. Never went alone until the first Avatar movie came out, buddy. That was when it happened. Let me see here. Okay, Avatar. What was the year of that movie? Avatar. What was it? 2009. Oh, 2009. Okay, so I was 14. Whoa, dude, I was 14 when I saw when the movie Alone. And the reason it happened is because your boy was going on a datey date, okay? So I was going on a date and I was excited. We're going to go watch not Avatar actually. We were going to go see what was the movie that came out? I think it was Alvin and the Chipmunks. That also came out 2009. I remember it was so it was the sequel. Was it the sequel? Alvin and the Chipmunks. The squeakquel. So it was the second Alvin and the Chipmunks movie. That one came out in 2009, the same weekend as Avatar. That's what we were gonna see. I couldn't convince her to see freaking Avatar, and I was like, okay, at date. You know what happened when I got there, ladies and gentlemen? So I get there. It's at the mall. It's at a mall where like there's a movie theater, right? And I'm 14, remember? So a freshman in high school. And going on my date, I get there. My parents had dropped me off. I'm walking to my spot to go meet her up. And then she's there and her mom is sitting there on a bench. And I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess I got to say hi to her mom. That's fine. Be respectful, be curious." When I walk up, she has like this panic look on her face where she's going like, shut up, don't say anything, don't say anything. And I'm like, okay, I'm just like, hi, hello, I'm Chris, nice to meet you. And then she says to me, I don't know where everybody's at. And I'm like, everybody's at? Girl, you crazy? It's just me and you. We just going on this date, just you and me. But it clicked in my mind. Her mom doesn't realize we're on a date right now. Her mom thinks we're a group of friends all getting together as friends to go watch Alvin and the Chipmunks. And so I play along. I'm like, oh, they're not here. Oh, let me go call up somebody. Freaking get in my calculator app and start making phone calls. Beep boop 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 boop. Hey Dennis, you here at the mall yet? Oh, traffic. Yeah, it's crazy, Dennis. I don't. That's fine, man. I'll wait for you. I'll wait. They said they're on their way. I'm playing along, being an idiot, and dude, like, obviously nobody else is coming. It's just me and her. I don't know why that's the lie she told her mom. So I'm there, and like we're standing there awkwardly in the mall for like 10 minutes, and I'm just like, oh, dude, this is so weird. Like I'm just like in my mind, I also knew the mom isn't stupid. She knows what's really going on here. She knows what's happening. And she sat there with us for like 10 minutes. She got up, grabbed her daughter and said, "Well, if they don't want to show up, they're going to miss the movie. Let's go." And I was like, "Oh, this is so embarrassing." Like I was getting secondhand embarrassment and everything. And so she gets her daughter and says, "Your friends aren't showing up. They're not going to be here. Well, let's go." And so she takes her and leaves. And I'm just in the mall and I'm like, what? It was so embarrassing. And I'll tell you, I never dated her again after that. I don't like that. That actually made me go like, but anyways, so then she's gone. And in my mind, I'm like, well, I just told my dad I'm on one of my first dates, and I'm here at the mall. How embarrassing is it to call your dad and be like, yeah, she was here with her mom and it didn't work out. Can you pick me back up? I didn't want to tell that to my dad. That's so embarrassing. Just and I know, and also my dad isn't the happiest man at that age. He was very like, oh, I just drove you. Now I gotta drive all the way back and all that. Like I know he was already halfway home. It's gonna be a pain. I didn't want to get him mad and get him to drive me back. So I was like, oh, dude. So I went to the cashier and I'm like, because also I had already bought my ticket for Alvin and the Chipmunks, so I already had my Alvin and the Chipmunk ticket in my hand. So I go to the cashier and I'm like, "Is there something?" I did not want to see Alvin and the Chipmunks. I was seeing it with for the lady. Okay, when you're a man and you're on a date, you make sacrifices. So I was seeing it for her. I was like, "Is there anything else playing?" And I look up and I'm like, "Oh, I've heard about this Avatar movie. Okay, yeah, I'll see Avatar." And there you go. First time I saw a movie all by myself was Avatar. It was embarrassing because I was supposed to be there on a date. I was supposed to be there with somebody with me, but no, I'm just popcorn, drink in hand. So lonely, so sad. You gotta think this is also freshman year. I was like, oh man, this is my dating life is gonna be like. Jeez. So yeah, Avatar 1 was the movie I saw first time alone in the theater because the date's mom took her away. But you know what? After that, years later I would eventually go to the theater again alone. It would be like when I started going to college, because in college sometimes you lose contact with your friends. They're doing stuff, they're doing other stuff, and there's movies you want to see and you have no one to see them with if you're not dating anybody like I was at that time. So I would go to the theater a lot by myself, and I actually loved it. Don't knock it till you try it. Going to theaters by yourself is actually a pretty nice experience. In fact, sometimes I like it better because now with like my lady, I take her to movies, and if they end up being bad, I feel so guilty watching the movie, and I dragged her along when she could have been at home watching her Vampire Diaries or whatever it is she liked, Grey's Anatomy and whatnot. And instead, I'm making her watch Beau is Afraid with a giant freaking penis on the screen. I'm like, honey, I'm sorry. I'll see Magic Mike with you. So, honestly, I prefer going to theater alone sometimes just because I don't have that pressure of it's a bad movie. At least I just robbed myself here, you know? But there you go. Origin story with Chris.